Yo, we back. Another week. Another week of your stories. We're not gonna waste no time. We gotta jump into it. See what y'all had to say this week. Thanks for all the submissions. Y'all sent in a lot of stories. I'm gonna just jump into it though. Hi Joey. Hi. I have a story. So I was promoted to an analyst position by our former HR director. I guess congratulations on that sentence alone, although I know it probably won't end well. Once we started working more closely together, man. I just got, my heart started to race at that sentence, working more closely together. He asked me to take me out to happy hour with some other coworkers, okay? I mean, that's 50% red flag, 50% workplace, come out to happy hour with other coworkers, that's okay. But knowing that this is going to be one of those stories, when I showed up, it was just him and, oh man, dude, that's, when I showed up, it was just him, and without wanting to be rude, nah, if it's just him and everyone else bounced, or you just realize what's going on, that I know it's your job, but it's okay to be rude in that situation, 100%. Without wanting to be rude, I stayed, and it turned into a date. Nah, bro. Nah. That's what he wanted. I mean, that's a tough position, because, you just got the promotion. Then, into him asking me out more than a few times a week, I'd quit. I mean, I'd first report him. But what was the job again? By our former HR director. Alright, so if HR is corrupt and HR is the one asking you to out on a date, you have nowhere to turn. You know what I mean? There's nowhere for you to even go, because man is the head of HR. I feel terrible for you, and I hope this story goes into you quitting, not wanting to be rude. Nah, at this point it's okay. It's okay. You could have been violent, in my opinion. At this point, forget about being rude. Or have it affect my job position. I know what you mean, but you're so much more valuable than that job position. I can tell you that much. I don't know you, but you were definitely way more valuable than that job position. You should never nah. I continued. I get it though. I get it. Because doing loss prevention, it's no comparison. But I remember, I would have to stop people for animal crackers. Dude, I didn't believe in that. I didn't care about animal crackers, but I needed a case, or else you lose your job. Store that I worked for, both the places that I did loss prevention for, ain't even in business no more. You know what I mean? I cared so much about that job. It's not even in existence. Pathmark and Kmart, if you're wondering. I continued. But then he said feelings were starting to get involved and kissed me. Smack? I hope you did that. Nah, that's inappropriate for him to, nah. See, that's something even my characters don't even do. I don't ever like that physical aspect. It's just not even funny, It was a weird time, and didn't think too much into it because I was still in the dating scene anyway. Alright, I mean, however you personally felt by that, that's you. That's your personal feelings. But if you didn't have any romantic feelings for this man, and you were disgusted or whatever, that's a different story. He started to get jealous of me not answering back and rejecting his dinners. What do you make for dinner, though? Not that it matters. And wanting to be more into my personal life. It's just a bad situation all around. And turned into arguments. Of course it did. Then he started ignoring me at work, which is terrible because he's the head of HR. And he promoted you. And you guys see this man on the regular. He ended up resigning. That's good. And I learned that only a month after he got married to another woman. Full-fledged marriage next month. I'm happy he resigned. And I hope that you thrived in that position. And I hope that whoever took his position was just a decent person. I don't think that's too much to ask. Alright, let's move on to the next. This one's from Hannah. I used to work for a fast food restaurant for a while. I never worked fast food, but I always hear unsavory stories. Before I left for college, I worked at the one in my hometown. Okay. There was a certain manager who took a liking to me. Of course. He's trying to flip your burger. I thought nothing of it at first, until he eventually flirted with me in person and on social media. Yo, if you have the gumption to flirt at work, why you need to flirt is so I guess he just missed you when you went home. Not a good excuse, but still. I never really responded to it because I didn't like it, but I was scared to lose this job because I needed a terrible situation. That's a lot of these stories. Even a fast food joint. Like, that's what these creepy dudes don't think of. It's like, how does this affect the person that really needs the job? They're just thinking about what's in their pants. He eventually told me he has strong feelings for me. Yo, why is that always the because of movies, it has to be, man. Like in the movies where the male protagonist who looks like a prince, he always, yeah, I love you. Like, it don't work like that in real life. But they got it in their head. I was 18, he was 30. Yo, I can't talk, not because of me. I never had an age difference like that. But I worked with someone who was 30 dating a 19-year-old at Kmart. And they didn't last, but it was just, try not to judge, but I don't know. I later come to find out the 30-year-old was really out of shape too. I don't know if that matters, but I later come to find out he's married to his husband and adopted a daughter. So he's gay, and so maybe he was bisexual. Is that what I'm taking from this? He was bisexual, cheating on his husband, and adopted a daughter. And he was into you. He is about to adopt another child. I mean, bro, on one hand, it's like this man's adopting kids, and he seems so nice. But then on this other hand, he's flirting with a 19-year-old. No, you 18, right? 18-year-old. And cheating on his husband. I'm really hoping there's like mad typos in this. I told him to stop. Good for you. Good for you. You deserve a pat on your back for that. Even though it's common sense, Like, it's the right thing to do. Transferred stores and reported him. Hell yeah. Damn. That's a power move. You did the right thing. Because I know it was probably mad scary to risk that, He cut all contact with him, but he still I cut all contact with him, but he still sends me messages and pictures of his young daughter to get my attention sometimes. How does, I adopted this daughter, here's a picture of her. How does that translate into, this gonna make her want to date me? I don't know if this may be like the weirdest one I've heard, but just keep ignoring it. You already know that. Just keep ignoring it. Let's move on to the next one, because I need a shower after that one. My baby daddy, perfect way to start this off, uses our son as an excuse to talk to me. Something Joey would do, for sure. He acts like he hates me, but our son will be asleep and say, yo, you want to FaceTime? He misses you. Yeah, this dude probably can't get anyone else. He misses you. He misses you. Boy, your son is asleep. Playing into the joint cuts to the idea when he can't even keep joint Wi-Fi. That's a bar right there. You should write for Drake. I don't know if he's still taking ghostwriters. Every time I post something, he says, ain't nobody wants you, Fry. Ain't nobody wants you, Fry. Is that like his pet name for you, like French fry? Maybe I can't even, F-R-I, what female name would that be? Maybe he's just trying to be cool. I ain't never called no one Fry, I can tell you that. I call people chicken, if they're a chicken, you know. But it's all up in my business and about who I'm dating, and says that none of them are good enough for me. It's sad that like you always tied to him now because of your son. You kind of always have to deal with him. And then when you do find someone, it's gonna escalate. Maybe, you know. Hopefully not. One time he showed up to my work and tried to fight. There you go, see? One time he showed up to my work and tried to fight one of the line cooks because he thought we had a thing going on. Damn. He was trying to get in the middle of him making eggs and stuff. And that's a tough, I mean, at least he likes you. At least he's trying to like protect you in his own asinine way. He, at least, yo, when your son gets bigger, he's gonna be one of those baby daddies be like, yo, I still love your mother. I still love her. You know, at least your son will see him gushing over you in a way, even though this man super toxic. Next one, from Nicole. I was 24 at the time, probably the oldest out of all these stories. There's always 16, 17, and 18. So we're starting off okay. I was 24 at the time, and I had a coworker that alright, that's a 11-year difference. I know people with an 11-year difference, and they're good people. I'm just trying to make this nice, I guess. I had a coworker that was 35, I think. Either way, he was married with kids. Something about that sentence is just nasty, like picturing it. Like I picture him like cutting the turkey for his family, meanwhile he's like snapping you. And he had a serious crush on me, a serious crush on you. I thought he was, oh, it makes me upset, dude. Just because like I think of like Amanda, and if I did that, like we have such a fucking friendship, you know? For me to be, I don't know. I guess other people are different. I thought he was just being friendly, but apparently not. He had a motorcycle. Oh, he trying to get you ride his motorcycle. If you have a wife and kids, I hope he had a main vehicle too. And told me I'd love the wind in my face and vibration through my legs. Yo, just the sentence, I mean, I'm trying to picture like attractive men saying that. And I guess it works on like John Stamos maybe. But no matter how attractive you are as a man, you saying that with a wife and kids to another woman instantly makes it more disgusting. Just makes it just the grossest thing someone can say. It's probably true. You would probably like the wind and the vibration. But you won't. It will. If it wasn't him, you know what I mean? If it was an unmarried man, an unattractive married man, maybe even an attractive woman, you might like it. But because of his circumstances, you're not going to like the wind and the vibration. Does that make sense? One night randomly, and that set off red flags for me. Amen. It should. If it doesn't, then you're part of the problem too. But you caught it. Red flag. Amen to that. For me. So I asked him if he liked me, and he said yes. Why? No, why'd you ask him though? I think at this point you could kind of tell. I told him he's too far out of dating range and that I'm sorry. Okay? You let him down politely, even though he deserved kind of like a smack to his face. Although you never do know about someone's marriage. Maybe he has an open marriage. He didn't say that, but still. The next day I'm eating lunch and this man grabs a bag of chips, leans against the fridge, mad cool. I'm being sarcastic. And watches me eat, like full on staring at me, not blinking, just the hardest eye contact. You know, he probably saw a video, like a pickup artist video, where they were, I kind of, when I was like in my teens, I watched a few of those. And he probably saw something that said, yo, eye contact is gonna get the girl, yo. Maybe eat a bag of chips while you do it. So I get up to leave, amen to that. And as I'm leaving, he follows me. Damn, dude. In my head, I just got in the room and stopped him. I don't know if that helps. I said, hey, buddy. So I take off into the woman's bathroom, and I hear him walk by and huff outside the door and walk away. Well, what is he, Winnie the Pooh? Who huffs like that? There's a cartoon character that huffs like that. Huff. I can't recall right now. I feel like Winnie the Pooh has done it though. He acting like Winnie the Pooh because you're not into him. Yo. The time I've never huffed at a girl, man. Like if a girl wasn't into me, I've never huffed at her once. Not even at my phone, dude. If like I was texting a girl back in the day and she was like, you come on too strong or something. Huff. I never, not once. I left shortly after that. I also took a screenshot of every text. Hey, that's good. You handled it right. The story speaks for itself. I hope you don't have no more communication from this man, the huffer, as I would refer to him. All right, that was it. We went through 4. Yeah, those were my stories this week. I tried to keep the video short and sweet, but how long did we go here? 13 minutes, I think, or something. Keep sending them in. I'll be back next week. I want to also let y'all know I have a show coming up that I'm headlining at the Whiskey Cellar in New York on October 12th. I would love for you guys to come and see me do stand-up. It would mean a lot to me. Bring some merch. And if you can't make that one and you're in New York, I'm doing September 27th at St. Mark's Comedy Place. Doing a guest spot for my boy Gaspar Randazzo, the dude from the teacher dude that I'm friends with. So yeah, there'll be more shows. Hopefully I'll come to your city one day. But yeah, keep sending in your submissions. I'm sorry that I can't do all the submissions. If I did all the submissions, it would be a 6-hour video, but I'll try to get to them. And yo, sorry y'all went through all that on behalf of all those men. But yeah, hope to see you at the show. See you next week.